So as a little bit of bonus footage, I want to segue into something that's really important. So we talked today about being very specific with our language and with what we're doing. So again, as I said earlier, there's not really much wrong you could do wrong. What you can do wrong is not know why you're doing what you're doing or doing something unconsciously. So in a sense of the rhythm step, right? We're gonna see Yassine rhythm step. And keep rhythm stepping, okay? And shadow boxing, just rhythm step, okay?
I don't do that.
Yeah, exactly, nah, so my point here is this. Right now, most people unconsciously rhythm step. They don't know that they're bringing their feet together, or they've been taught as amateurs to pendulum step where we're both bouncing, but not as a system, as a game plan. Your game plan is to bounce, 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 and then it's either me or you. It's a pure 50-50. But that would be a lot different than what Vladimir Klitschko did. Vladimir Klitschko boxed you. He moved around and boxed. He boxed, just boxed. He boxed, he clinched you, okay? He pushed you off, okay? He moved around, he boxed you some more. And then out of nowhere, Vladimir Klitschko would start doing, I call it the Klitschko bounce. You guys might call it a pendulum step, but I don't think it's the same. Here's why, because most people that pendulum step as a game plan. That's their base. Remember, during these tutorials you guys are watching, we've pointed out like 8 or 9 or 10 bases. Most people that pendulum step, that is their base. Everything they do offensively, everything they do defensively will come out of that base. So just give me this bounce right here. You were doing it yesterday, so go ahead, give it to me. Okay? Now, out of that, throw your left hook. Out of that, throw your 1-2. Now, Klitschko didn't do that for a whole fight. Why do you think?
Because Klitschko used the bounce steps and hit 1-2 and change.
But why? Why can't he use it the entire fight?
Because I don't know, but use for this dikkatini dağıtmak için.
To distract.
Yeah.
Right. But why can't you do it for an entire fight?
Slipping.
But why can't you do that for an entire fight? Why? Anybody?
It's tiring.
It's tiring. You'll be fucking dead. You will be dead.
Also, if you keep on doing that, the guy gonna set up with something else.
Now, we would like to think so, right? You would hope. Exactly. What Burak said is like, you would hope that if you saw a guy doing that in front of you, that eventually you can get him to that position, trick him, and take advantage of it, right? But that tells us where we are in combat sports. The place that we are in combat sports is that other teams don't know what a rhythm step is. They don't really understand why a pendulum step would be bad for you. And most teams use this as their number one base. But what Vladimir Klitschko did, I like to call, was a system. He used it as a system. I use the Klitschko bounce as a system. You watch my first fight with Lawrence Okoli, and I think it's late second round or third round, I yell, Klitschko bounce, and he gets a knockdown. But that wasn't the base we were in the whole fight. Why? Because for 12 rounds, if you bounce like this, do you jump rope for 12 rounds ever? No. Fuck no.
I think yes.
So, here's what I want to say about the rhythm step. The rhythm step is okay and the pendulum step is okay if you jump rope for 40 rounds every session. Because then I know you have the stamina to fucking bounce like an idiot all fight long and get away with it. But if you don't jump rope 40 rounds every session, you better find some other bases to do, because if this is your only base, you're pretty much screwed against higher level teams. Does that make sense?
Good.
Okay, so that's all I wanted to share to you guys. And my point is you have systems versus moves. Is there anything wrong with the moves? Yes, if they're not systemized. So systemize all your work. If you're going to train the L step, no problem. But out of the L step, I should be able to see you punch. I should be able to see you defend. I should be able to see you disengage. I should be able to see you go to the left, go to the right, go forwards, go backwards, switch directions. So if you can't do all of those things with the L step, it's a very limited thing. If you can do all of those things with the L step, then you have a system. God bless you, do your thing. And that is my point. So let's make the L step great again. Let's put some insurance on that thing before you use it. And most importantly, let's start systemizing it and get 20 to 40 rounds of drills, layer cake in the L step so that you can use it efficiently in a system. Systems, systems, systems. Thank you guys.